Good evening, I'm Nev Van Pell, and thank you for joining us. The evacuation of a Kingsway Avenue apartment building continues today after a fire broke out in a second-floor apartment yesterday afternoon, and the power to the building was cut off. One occupant was taken to hospital for smoke inhalation, and one pet was also taken to a veterinary hospital for treatment. The building's other residents and pets were uninjured. The fire spread from a second-floor apartment to the floor above, and the electrical panel sustained water damage, prompting the evacuation.
Affected the electrical panel, so we've called in the Red Cross. We've got a city bus here to help house people that are going to be displaced, and so we'll take care of them.
All second-floor occupants were evacuated. First and third-floor occupants were given the option to leave until power is restored. Anderson hopes they will be able to return tomorrow. The fire department says they encountered heavy black smoke on arrival yesterday around 5 p.m. The fire was quickly brought under control, but the apartment sustained heavy damage. Police are holding the scene and investigating the fire, alongside Thunder Bay Fire Rescue and the Ontario Fire Marshal. The gates are open and the summer season is on at Fort William Historical Park. It's now open 7 days a week with guided tours in English and French. From now until June 30th, visitors can sign up for guided tours of the historic park to experience the sights and sounds of 1815. Each tour lasts about an hour and a half, guided by one of the many characters of the old fort. Interpreters are on site every day to explain the ins and outs of life here in the early 19th century, from the lambs on the farm to the grand dining room in the Great Hall.
All the trade goods coming from Montreal, all the furs which we traded with the Indigenous people as far as out west as the Pacific Ocean, all of them coming in here where the Anishinaabe, the other Indigenous people, Scots, French, and other people come together to trade, create alliances, as well as celebrate the beginning of the year.
The campground and gift shop are also open, and after Canada Day, visitors to the park will still have the option to join a guided tour or explore on their own, participating in a variety of hands-on activities. Daily admissions and season passes are available at fwhp.ca, and free admission is available for Indigenous people as well as military personnel and veterans. Thunder Bay Police recently held a presentation to show drivers how to navigate safely with motorcyclists on the roads. The month of May is Motorcycle Awareness Month. Constable Tom Armstrong with the local traffic unit says this is a good time to remind people to keep an extra eye open while driving. Josh Morana reports.
Collisions with a motorcycle are often far more severe than a normal motor vehicle. There's no protection for that rider.
Since 2022, there have been 24 collisions involving motorcycles in Thunder Bay, and already 2 this year. Constable Tom Armstrong says the majority of these collisions often result in serious or critical injuries for riders, and with bikes starting to hit the road this time of year, other drivers need to be extra aware of their surroundings.
And it's something that, again, we're not used to seeing them on the road right now, and you need to almost retrain your eyes and just be that, take that extra second, take that extra look. They're small, our eye doesn't seem to register them the same. People with that very quick glance, maybe they don't catch that bike, whereas if it's a car or a truck or something else, they might see it. And again, it's those brief moments of inattention can have catastrophic consequences.
The purpose of the presentation was to inform the public of the do's and don'ts involving motorcycle safety. Things such as extra attention to detail, gauging different speeds, and even when it comes to making left-hand turns. Armstrong was joined by members of the city's motorcycle safety training organization. One of the instructors, Scott Wallace, says while it's important for drivers to be aware of motorcyclists, it's just as important for the riders to be trained on staying safe as well.
You always have your head on a swivel, you're always aware of your surroundings, you're always looking for a way out of a situation. We always teach the kids on the course, you're always checking behind you, because a lot of times on a motorcycle you can be right, but you still lose. So it's on you to make sure that you're safe.
That might be fatal or serious injury collisions, the percentages are high. And again, I'm not saying this is all on the motorists, not all on the riders. We all need to kind of work together to make sure everybody stays safe, but the odds of being hurt or worse in a collision on a motorcycle are high. So we all, again, need to do our part to keep all road users safe.
Armstrong also notes the increase in electronic bikes on the roads and sidewalks, urging drivers to keep an eye out for them as well. Josh Morano, TBT News.
Thunder Bay Superior North MP Patty Haidu paid a visit to Red Rock Township this week to talk infrastructure. She toured some recent projects and discussed the need for a new bridge to the community. Lee Noonan was there.
Red Rock Council invited Minister for Fednor and Thunder Bay Superior North MP Patty Haidu out to the township to discuss infrastructure in the community, and at the top of the agenda was the Red Rock Bridge.
We need a new bridge. So it's 80 years old. It's a timber bridge built when prisoner war camp came in and the Domtar mill. So it's in dire need.
The mayor says replacing the bridge is projected to cost $7 to $10 million, much more than the municipality could afford alone. And in the meantime, maintenance costs are also taxing municipal coffers. The township spent $300,000 last year to repair the bridge and expects to spend another $70,000 this year.
Really, this bridge is the economic future of Red Rock. So we do have there's a lot of plans on the mill site, the old mill site, BMI Group, potential with RockTech and the lithium mine. They have other developments that they're proposing, and also the shipping port. So it's vital that we get this new bridge and that the payload is increased so we can get those heavier trucks getting over the bridge.
Robinson says they've been going to both federal and provincial governments for help funding a new bridge with no luck yet. They hope Haidu will be able to help.
The community hasn't been successful yet in finding a pathway for federal support, but my commitment to the council was to go back with their proposal and with explanation from me as their member of parliament about why this connects the critical mineral strategy and the agenda of Canada right now, which is to be a big player in the green transition.
Council also took the time to show off some recent and ongoing developments in Red Rock, including major improvements at the recreation centre, the new $25 million wastewater treatment plant, which was completed in March, and waterfront lots that were recently cleared in preparation for future housing development.
It's exciting to hear about Red Rock's success over the last number of years. These are all really great signs of growth, and I was really excited to hear about the council's vision for the future.
We highlighted the rec center, which that stuff is going on right now. So new bowling alley, upgrades to the seniors flooring, air conditioning, and entryways in both the front and back entrance.
Renovation of the rec center is expected to be complete in September and to cost a total of $2.3 million. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
While in Red Rock, Haidu also toured the historic Quebec Lodge, which was recently purchased by the BMI Group and renamed simply the Lodge. For the time being at least, the Lodge will continue to be operated as a fishing lodge and bed and breakfast. It's been refurnished and renovations are ongoing with new electrical and plumbing. General Manager Emily Crack says she loves being in the space and taking in the picturesque view.
It's very, very cozy to me, very welcoming. Obviously, it's very rustic. You know, it has a lot of history. It was built in 1937 by the mill executives, or for the mill executives. And historically, it wasn't open to the public until Ray, the previous owner, bought it.
Individual or group bookings are now available at discoverthelodge.ca. A powwow was held at St. Ignatius High School this week as a way to celebrate Indigenous students. Teenagers from St. Ignatius and St. Pat's were invited to take part and learn more about Indigenous culture. Jessica Clement has a story.
The St. Ignatius football field was packed on Tuesday, with people enjoying the drumming, dancing, and singing at the school's first powwow. The event was planned and hosted by the St. Ignatius and St. Patrick High School Indigenous Student Councils, who said they wanted to show other students a glimpse of their culture.
I get to represent the Indigenous people here and to raise awareness for the Moose Hide campaign, missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Show our pride and our commitment to our own culture in our school, and to help other people to show their own culture at school.
To represent our culture and show that we're a very prominent group in our school, and just kind of, celebrate us.
Students from both schools could be seen watching and participating in the powwow. St. Ignatius principal Ryan McWhirter says attending a powwow in person teaches students things they wouldn't be able to learn about in a classroom. He adds that he hopes the students take away a lot from the event.
Our hope is that they learn something about the culture, and they take away that there's a lot of beauty in other cultures, and that our students here who are Indigenous are proud to, feel a sense of pride in celebrating their own culture and sharing it with everyone else.
The powwow was also an acknowledgement of and sponsored by the Moosehide campaign, which shines light on the commitment to take action to end violence against women and children. The two Indigenous student councils are hoping to make the powwow an annual or semi-annual event, saying they want to see more Indigenous representation and teachings being told in the schools.
I do want this to happen more often because it's always fun to have a powwow and a day you can just go celebrate a culture.
We have our own teachings, land, life. We have so much that isn't taught and told to people. So us having a powwow and all of this, it just really helps show who we are.
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
If you're looking for some family fun for the May-long weekend, the Great Benjamin Circus has returned to Thunder Bay at the CLE grounds. The Dallas, Texas-based traveling circus is in town until Sunday and have plenty of exciting acts in store for the audience. The 90-minute show will feature acrobats, aerialists, and daredevils, and of course, clowns. The circus also has tons of snacks, beverages, and a face painting station for the kids. Director of Operations and circus dancer Eva Rodriguez said it's a great show that people won't want to miss.
Yeah, so we're really excited to be in Thunder Bay. We have a cast of international superstars all the way from Morocco, from Argentina. We have people from Mexico, the USA, and we're here in our big top, just here to entertain. The first two shows have been incredible. We feel so welcome, so we're really excited for the next couple of days.
The Great Benjamin Circus has a show at 7:30 tonight and 3 more tomorrow. Tickets are available online or at the door. We're now joined by sports anchor Josh Morano. And Josh, the Chill getting ready to kick off their season.
Yep, they got some exhibition action this weekend, including a game tonight. But of course, before any of that gets started, they need some practice. Joe Sadowski, he's going to have that story when we come back from the break.